At MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, Chelsea Football Club delivered more than a trophy-winning performance. They dismantled Paris Saint-Germain 3-0 in the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup final, a performance rooted in tactical clarity, mental maturity, and ruthless execution. But this isn't just about Chelsea. Real Madrid, watching from afar, would do well to take notes, because in that 90 minutes, Chelsea showed how the modern game is won. And as Real Madrid transitions into a new era under Xabi Alonso, the lessons are too important to ignore. Let's start with the football. Chelsea lined up in a fluid 4-2-3-1, but without the ball, they dropped into a compact 4-4-2. João Pedro and Cole Palmer pressed from the front, while the midfield of Moises Caicedo and Reece James stayed tight and disciplined. PSG tried to play through them, but Chelsea read every pass, shut down every space, and turned defense into ruthless transition. At the center of it all was Cole Palmer. He dropped into midfield to overload central zones. He drifted into half spaces between PSG's lines, and when it mattered most, he finished with lethal calm. His first goal, a curling finish from the edge of the box. His second, a sharp strike following a defensive lapse. Then, Palmer turned provider, laying off for João Pedro to tap in the third. 3 goals, 3 different sequences. One masterclass. Chelsea didn't dominate the ball, they dominated the moments. It wasn't just tactics, it was maturity, it was control. Chelsea played like a team that knew how to win. They didn't chase the game, they didn't overextend, they managed the tempo and forced PSG to play their game. When João Neves lost his cool and picked up a red card, the difference was clear. PSG had lost control. Chelsea never did. Big finals aren't just about pressing and passing, they're about poise, and Chelsea had it in abundance. So, what does this have to do with Real Madrid? Everything. Because Real Madrid is entering a new chapter. Ancelotti is gone, Cruz has retired, and Xabi Alonso, a disciple of structure and pressing, is now in charge. Here are 5 lessons Madrid must take from Chelsea's Club World Cup win. Lesson 1. Structure beats chaos. Under Ancelotti, Madrid embraced chaos. They relied on brilliance, on late winners, on Vinicius and Bellingham magic. But Chelsea showed that systems, not individuals, win modern finals. If Madrid wants to evolve, Alonso must bring a defined, repeatable structure to the Bernabeu. Lesson 2. Midfield clarity is non-negotiable. Chelsea's midfield operated with surgical precision. Caicedo held the base, Reece pressed him covered, Palmer drifted centrally to connect attack. Real Madrid has an elite midfield: Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Valverde, and Bellingham, but often they overlap in function. Now is the time for role clarity. Let Bellingham thrive higher, let Camavinga disrupt and shuttle, let Tchouaméni anchor the core. Great midfields aren't just talented, they're balanced. Lesson 3. Trust the youth. Cole Palmer wasn't just part of the team, he led the team. At just 22, he dictated a final. He showed courage, intelligence, maturity. Real Madrid now has Endrick, they have Arda Güler, they have Brahim Diaz. The message is simple: don't wait, don't hesitate, give them defined roles and trust. Lesson 4. Defend as a unit. Chelsea didn't need heroic last-ditch tackles. They didn't need miracles, they were simply well-drilled. Compact, positionally aware, disciplined. Madrid must match that level. Rudiger, Militão, Asensio, Fran Garcia, Dean Huijsen, and maybe Alvaro Carreras in the future. They must function as one, because in the big games, defensive discipline is what keeps you alive. Lesson 5. Emotional control wins finals. João Neves' red card wasn't just a mistake. It was a meltdown. Chelsea didn't react. They didn't retaliate. They just kept playing. Madrid's young squad is hungry, but hunger without composure is chaos. If they want to lift trophies in the Alonso era, they must master emotional control, just like Chelsea did. Let's dig deeper. Enzo Maresca's Chelsea is built on positional play. They build from the back with patience. The double pivot, often Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez, spread wide. The fullbacks invert. Palmer drops into space just outside the box, known as Zone 14. João Pedro stretches defenders, wingers cut inside, and behind it all, structure. But what really defines this Chelsea team is rest defense. That means when they lose the ball, they are already prepared to defend. Midfielders collapse on the ball, fullbacks recover centrally, passing lanes disappear. Real Madrid struggled last season with transitions. Caught on the break, exposed in wide areas, Chelsea proved that prevention, not reaction, is the new gold standard. Now picture this, a Champions League semi-final. Chelsea versus Real Madrid, Palmer versus Bellingham, João Pedro versus Militao, Maresca versus Alonso. Chelsea with their press-resistant build-up, Madrid with their speed, skill, and firepower. Who wins? The answer may not lie in who has the ball more, but who controls the game. Because Chelsea's win shows that finals aren't won with flair, they're won with focus. Not with chaos, but with clarity. Chelsea's 3-0 win over PSG wasn't just a trophy, it was a lesson, a tactical lesson, a psychological lesson, a warning shot to Europe. And for Real Madrid, now under Xabi Alonso, it's a signpost. Adapt, evolve, or risk being left behind. Let us know in the comments, what would happen if Chelsea met Madrid next season? Who comes out on top? Like, share, subscribe. This is football at its finest, and the future is already here.